All right, what's up, everybody? We got merch. Still some merch available on our website. It's thestepbackpod.com. As always, follow along social media, Stepback Pod on Twitter, Stepback Podcast on IG. Make sure you're following along on YouTube and everything. Make sure you guys are subscribed. A lot of people watch and they don't realize they're not subscribed or they listen, whatever. And also, guys, tell your friends. You know, we need your guys' help. Tell your friends. Let them know. If you guys have friends who are basketball fans, let them know. Let us know what you guys need to see from us in order to be willing to tell your friends about it. You guys can tweet at us or whatever. But yeah, tell your friends. Talk to us. Let us know what you guys would like to see us improve on or whatever. And then also, let us know what else you guys would like to see. Like, should we do giveaways? We've talked about, like, PS5s or 2K, you know. Yeah, let us know, man. We want to be interactive with anyone. So, but yeah, again, like I said, there's still more merch on our website. It's thestepbackpod.com. But other than that, man, today should be a really fun show. Today's episode is the trade deadline and trade rumor special. So strap in. It's going to be a crazy show. We got a lot to talk about. So let's just jump right in. Let's get it.
They do have a timeout. Decide not to use it. Curry, way downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry! Rebound box. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Tie game! Is this the dagger? Oh! Iguodala to Curry. Back to Iguodala. Up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James! Cleveland! This is for you!
Welcome to the Stepback Podcast.
All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Step Back. I'm Kyle.
I'm Pat.
And we are here to talk about some trade deadline stuff. First, I guess we got some housekeeping stuff to get into right off the top. Unfortunately, LaMelo out. Fractures his wrist. He's probably going to miss the whole rest of the year. I'm sure all you guys saw it, so we won't even get into it. He was going up for a layup, fell, braced his fall, fractures his wrist. So it's just a freak accident.
And then he went to the line and missed the free throw, and you could tell it was all jacked up because he was holding it and stuff. It was like,
yeah, man. Yeah, he's been playing awesome, man. He really has surprised everyone with how good he's been playing.
Let's get into this a little bit because I want to talk about this real quick.
Okay.
LaMelo, if he's going to be out, are they done?
Yeah, definitely.
Really?
Yeah,
they're done for sure.
Yeah.
They have no chance of the playoffs.
I mean, maybe, but it doesn't matter.
Devontae Graham, even with the ball in his hands
we're gonna get
all the time.
We're gonna get into all of that.
Okay.
Later on in the show with Devontae Graham for sure. But yeah, a couple other housekeeping notes. LeBron also, obviously, as everyone saw, out. So it's a high ankle sprain. He's gonna miss what? 4 weeks, 5 weeks,
3
to 5 weeks,
yeah.
4 to 6, somewhere in there. It's usually the timetable, so that's interesting, dude. Injuries have ruined Rookie of the Year campaign and 2 MVP candidates campaigns. Embiid and LeBron. These injuries are tough, man. You think it's the short off season?
Probably. Yeah, probably.
Let's see what else. Elgin Baylor, man, it's terrible.
It's a tough loss.
Rest in peace, Elgin Baylor. Obviously, Lakers legend, former LA Clippers exec, Hall of Famer. I saw a cool stat, man, or a cool little fact. It said in the 61-62 season, Elgin Baylor averaged 38 points, 19 boards, 5 dimes, while on active duty with the U.S. Army. He played for the Lakers on the weekends. Like, dude, that's just, that's legendary. That's that type of productivity without a 3-point line.
Yeah,
like,
unbelievable.
It's amazing.
His jersey is one of those that is in the Staples Center rafters. So, just as basketball fans, it's a tough loss in the basketball family today. Elgin Baylor, always be remembered, a legend in L.A. and I'm sure everywhere else. So.
Yeah. Just a basketball legend in general. He's kind of like LeBron before LeBron.
Yeah,
if you want to talk about like his play style.
Yeah, he's awesome, and especially in he fit good in the era that he played in. I think maybe there wouldn't be I'm not gonna say all that, but Elgin Baylor really thrived in a really hard era.
Yeah,
and I think basketball hadn't reached a certain point yet, and I think he did a lot to develop the game, and I'm sure a lot of kids was looking up to him, and
yeah, he's
a tough
an
loss
absolute
today.
icon.
Yeah, tough loss today.
Yeah, man, he's constantly disrespected in like the all-time argument. He should probably be regarded like as highly as we regard Jerry West and
in that era.
Player.
It's hard to like compare.
Yeah,
but I know what you mean. He should be in everybody's
he
top
doesn't get
50 greatest
up.
players
Yeah, he
ever.
just doesn't get brought up as much. So, but that dude's a legend. So Rest in peace, Elgin Baylor. Let's see, any other housekeeping notes? Oh, yeah, Kyrie won't travel with the team on their 3-game road trip. What was the first thing you thought when you saw that?
So I went on Twitter because I saw Kyrie trending, and the first tweet I saw was, it just so happens Kyrie is going on a little road trip the day before his birthday.
Yeah, he's going to be out.
Yeah. He's going to deal with some family issues. So I'm not going to say.
Whatever.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that he's just blowing this up and making this whole thing up because I don't know. Obviously, I don't know what's going on in Kyrie's family.
Yeah.
But all I'm going to say is he's going on a little week trip the day before his birthday.
Again,
That's all I'll say.
Whatever.
And we'll leave it at that.
Dude, Colin Cowherd was pretty funny today. Colin Cowherd this morning was like, listen, we've just gotten to that point of Kyrie's career where, like, when you just sign him or if he's on your team, you just know he's going to have, like, 4 or 5 of these per year. Where you're just like, he's like, I'm out. I'm going to be, like, in Zimbabwe doing, and he's like, whatever, dude, it's fine. Like, when you sign him, you got to go into it knowing.
Yeah. You're missing Kyrie's missing at least 16 games a year.
Yeah, for some weird random thing.
And that's okay. That's okay.
You don't even fully understand why he's
Hilarious.
missing. You're just like, it's fine.
Yeah.
So, whatever. I guess when I hear these, I just, whatever.
Yeah.
All right, so, cool. So, I mean, the main story, obviously, in the NBA right now, outside of, like, LeBron and LaMelo's injuries, is the trade deadline. Trade deadline is Thursday. It's a couple days away here. So, yeah, I mean, we got some rumors. It's always hard to tell, man, because, like, you and me a couple weeks ago were talking about, like, where's Woj and where's Shams? Why isn't my phone blowing up and stuff like that? But, like, Woj was just on a pod the other day talking about he expects 15 or 20 trades at the deadline. He doesn't expect them Monday and Tuesday because of the tournament, but he expects – so it's like, it's going to happen, and nobody can predict any of this stuff. No one can predict any of it. We all could say, we're all just hearing the same reports. So at some point we don't know. I'm not sure. Don't come to me to be the answer where these guys are going to land. I could definitely tell you a bunch of reports that have come out and rumors that have come out. So that being said, I mean, we'll do our best, but this is all going to, we're flying by the seat of our pants here. This is probably going to change mid-show. We're going to get updates about new rumors or, so
Totally.
Bear with us here. But first thing I wanted to get into, Pat, was Oladipo. There's a lot of rumors going around right now between trades and buyouts. So let me just give you a tiny little rundown, and then I want your opinion here. So he rejected a 2-year, $45.2 million extension, right? So he's gone. Oladipo's gone. The buyout is unlikely, but it's possible. It's more likely that they will be able to find a suitor for a trade because, I mean, he makes 21 or something like that. Like, that's a nice piece.
Yeah.
If you're a contender, if you're any one of those teams that thinks you can make a run at a title, 21 is enough. It's like the Levine contract, 19. That's enough where you can get there with a middle-of-the-line Andre Iguodala, KCP type contract. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So, that being said, there's been a lot of rumors. I've heard a little Denver. I've heard a little Miami. I've heard a little Lakers. I've heard Knicks. I want to know what you've heard and what you think and where you think he should go. What do you got for me on Oladipo?
I want to start with the $45.2 million extension. That you rejected that?
From Houston. Yeah.
Why?
Doesn't want to be there, I guess.
I don't understand, man. Like $22.5 million or $22.5 million, and he just says no. He's not getting that money anywhere else, right? I mean, he's not getting more than that.
Probably not, dude. I can't imagine that. But also, we have to see, because here's the thing. Next summer, there's going to be so much money that's freed up that people are going to have to spend on players. So, like, I don't know. But, like, here, this is from Woj on February 28th. Houston Rockets guard Oladipo recently turned down 2-year, $45.2 million maximum contract extension, the most the franchise could offer him before the end of the regular season, sources tell ESPN. He's pursuing a longer-term deal, sources said, something that the collective bargaining agreement does not allow the Rockets to offer him until the offseason. He's in the final year of a 4-year, $85 million contract, blah, 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 blah. So you know where to go from there. So basically, I mean, dude, they have a rebuild. He is an asset that they can get some sort of assets back, right?
No, I agree. And my whole thing with Oladipo is I just think he's gotten to that point where he's not worth a max deal anymore.
Yeah, he's nowhere near the player that he used to be and that people think he is.
Yeah.
He is post-injury, so he can still climb back up. You know what I mean? We've seen that a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, I don't know, man. He was in Orlando, and he was on that weird Orlando team that was, like, low-key stacked. it was like Oladipo and Tobias Harris and Vooch. I mean, that team low key is got like
Yeah, they probably should have won more.
Yeah,
than they
3 or
did.
4 All-Stars on that team, but it's very weird. Oladipo's whole career has been very strange
I agree.
because he goes to Oklahoma City and he was averaging like 2 free throws a game in OKC. It's like this guy's offensive game is nowhere near what it was a couple years ago, or a couple years later. So it's like this guy's offensive game has developed so much.
Think of how good we used to think he was, and now he looks like a poor man's Karis LeVert.
Yeah, well, I'm not. Yeah, I agree, man. And it's
know?
like, but he had 2 massive knee surgeries.
Yes.
2 massive knee surgeries, and he comes back and he's in the bubble. He looked terrible in the bubble.
Yeah.
He looked terrible even before the bubble. He came back before the break happened. He was awful before that
He was
happened.
trying
too.
to get it together
So,
for the bubble. Yeah.
And I don't know, man. I just think, if we're going to be paying him all this money, he's obviously, he's a freak athlete. He's always been a freak athlete. But it's
But
like
he's an undersized combo guard. Guard.
for sure. And he can't really create his shot like he used to. And I don't know,
He's
man.
an awesome perimeter defender.
Unbelievable.
Awesome.
Yeah,
To this
unbelievable.
day.
Yeah. Unbelievable perimeter defender. So I think he could help a contending team, but I'm not paying him that.
All right, so I agree with you. I'm not paying him that either. $45 million is nice, man. It's 22 per year.
22.
Probably
yeah.
should have taken that because I don't know if that he's going to see that.
He's not.
I mean, dude, he might get close. Maybe he'll see 17 or whatever, but I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I'm cool with 14.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. But all right, I was playing with the ESPN trade machine.
Okay.
And I just ran a couple fun ones, right? So these are just for fun. But they all do have merit in that I didn't just pick a team to see if I could get a trade to go through.
Okay.
I picked teams that I think either I've heard a rumor about or that I think would be willing to try. It makes sense for them to try to go get
would
them.
genuinely help.
Okay, so the first one I have here, Denver. So let's say Denver wants to go all in on Oladipo.
Okay.
They could use Gary Harris, Bol, and a first.
I'm probably doing that if I'm Denver.
Because Gary Harris is like a nice contract. He expires next season. It's a super tradable contract that they would be able to expire. They would be able to have next season because it will be expiring. And that bolsters their team going into the playoffs because they're already like a legitimate contender, kind of. They're like one of those contender teams, but like that could help bolster their shot making and their perimeter D and a little bit of playmaking in the backcourt. So that would be cool. It's just a fun thing I put together.
No, I think that's good, man. I mean, if I'm Houston and Denver's calling me with Gary Harris, Bol, and a first, yeah, run it.
Because here's the thing: is like Bol lines up with your future, like your timeline, your young rebuild, and so does the first. Obviously, like I said, Gary Harris is tradable and expiring, so that's nice.
Yeah, I heard today that
Bol
Houston definitely wants a first. They definitely need a first.
I saw that too for Oladipo.
Yeah.
I also saw I was going to talk about this later because I want to talk about Denver in depth, but I saw that Denver's trying to move Bol. They also offered him for Lonzo. They're sitting on like a gold mine with Bol, and they have no idea how to use him. They don't know what to do. They're gonna let that dude walk, and he's gonna hurt them within the next 3 years in the playoffs.
Totally.
And they're gonna be like, oh, we shouldn't have. How did we? They don't know how to use him.
Because the problem is they've Jokic.
They
so
don't
you're
know.
overloaded.
Yeah, but he's a 4, dude. He's supposed to be playing with a 5. He's like Porzingis. He's like AD. They've played him at the 3. They've played him at the 5. He is a stretch 4. You play him at the stretch 4 where he could take advantage of your other stretch 4s, your Tobias Harrises of the world with the size.
Right.
He can, first of all, he plays weird, awesome help D, blocking shots, stuff like that. He bangs shots from distance. They don't know how to use him, man. They genuinely don't know how to use him. They need to be using him the way that like Porzingis is used, the way AD is used. You let a big body bang with a big down low, and then use him as a stretch 4. That's how they should be using him.
Yeah, I mean,
they don't know how to use him.
I agree, man. I think that Bol could, he could be a super big problem in the right offense with the right guy and someone who could get him the ball in open shots. So, I mean, he's not someone you can just drop it down to on the block. So, as long as he stays on the perimeter and he can find a good team, yeah, totally.
All right, I got another fun one here. Miami, which is, if anyone's paid attention here, Miami is kind of been the long rumored destination for Oladipo. There's been so many reports about them.
They need another guy.
Trying to come up with a deal. So I put together a fun one. It's probably impossible, but I got Oladipo and Daniel House for Iggy, Duncan Robinson, Mo Harkless in a first. Obviously, Duncan Robinson, again, just like Bol fits your young timeline, your young rebuild. They do have the money next year to extend him, which would be awesome because he
deserves that.
Yes. And obviously, with the league putting a premium on shooting, Miami's not going to let him go. So that was just for nothing. I guess.
Totally.
It was just fun. It was just I was trying to make it work. I finally made it work. It was Duncan Robinson. They're not going to do that, but maybe they can get it done with something else. I know they love Oladipo and they want him out there. They feel like him and Jimmy together will just hound people, which is fair.
Right.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. They'll have to figure out a different way to do it because I promise you, Mickey Erickson is not getting rid of Duncan Robinson. Actually, I don't promise.
And
don't promise
I
anything.
also don't think Iggy is going to go to another rebuilding
You're right.
team.
You're right. But hey, it was fun while it lasted.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so moving on. We got the Knicks. Now, this one I think is legit.
Okay.
Right here.
Okay.
I think this might be your most legit. If it's
Okay.
a trade and not a buyout, I think New York might be your most legit spot for Oladipo. Let me explain.
Why are the Knicks always the team to get the guy that's always washed up
Yes.
and needs
Yeah,
a
yeah,
big
yeah.
deal?
Well, okay, let me explain why, though, legitimately. Is like they are finally fairly legit. Maybe not fairly legit to like win a title, but like you can't overlook them. Like
They're a playoff
they'll
team,
beat
probably,
you. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. If you go into their building and think, "Oh, this is an easy game," like they'll beat you. They'll sneak up on you and
straight
beat
up.
you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And that being the case, with like Randall having developed himself into a stud, and they got awesome young pieces with Quickly and RJ Barrett.
Right.
Like, that being the case, I think that Oladipo can add again some perimeter shot making, awesome perimeter defense, some veteran leadership. And I think they get that done with one of the firsts from the KP deal, a 2020 Dallas first, Kevin Knox or Frankie Smokes. I think Kevin Knox is who they would accept. Frankie Ntilikina, and Austin Rivers. So I got Kevin Knox, a first from the KP deal, 2020 Dallas first, and Austin Rivers. So Houston gets your young prospect again, like I said with Bol, and like I said with Duncan Robinson. Houston would get a young prospect and Kevin Knox.
Yeah.
Because I'm not ready to throw in the towel on Kevin Knox.
know.
He can shoot. Like, he's awesome. He just probably needs a bunch of playing time. And he's
Yeah.
never going to get that from Tom Thibodeau.
No.
So,
yeah.
I'm not
get him out of here.
but that could be cool for like a
Totally.
Houston team who's trying to rebuild. And it's not all for nothing. The Houston team has some cool young guys. They got some a shining light on Christian Wood, a shining light on some of these other guys. So it's like they have a future there. If they wanted to go, all right, let's go young, they could chase, the three guys I just mentioned.
No, I agree, but I think, like we said, Houston's lost 20 straight.
In a row.
Yeah, they've lost 20 in a row. So, do you see Steven Stylus?
Like almost in tears, yeah. Like
He's
it's just,
I'm so
it's tough, man. It's not his fault. They knew what was happening when they gave him the job, but played devil's advocate. So did he. So did he.
But I think that it's gonna be tough for Houston because Christian Wood has been hurt. Is this an ongoing issue? Is this always gonna be an issue
They
with
should
Christian
probably
Wood?
sit him in tank.
Yeah.
Don't let Christian Wood play anymore.
Yeah.
Tank.
Yeah, bro.
I mean,
And I think
go for the first pick.
if you could get the younger guys.
What if I get Cade Cunningham? I don't know. We'll get into that later. But what if I can get a guy like that to be my, I always say, quarterback on this team, and then I have these cool young pieces like I mentioned, Christian Wood and these other guys who they got a future. That's cool.
Well, even if they get the number one pick, whatever it is, they're not gonna win right away.
Course,
They're in the West, so
I'm talking about building a young core.
Sure, that's what I'm saying.
Create
so it's like
and start to
for sure
nourish
so
a young core.
If we're gonna be in this rebuild for like 4 or 5 years, which probably is what's most likely gonna happen. Why not throw Kevin Knox out there for 40 minutes a game? It doesn't matter.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm with you.
Totally.
Yeah.
I love that one. I think that's the best move for Oladipo and for whoever might get him. I think the coolest trade is with the Knicks for both teams.
Yeah.
Those
Do you
are my
extend Oladipo then if you're in New York?
probably.
Oh.
But I don't know what I do. But I probably extend them. I don't know how. We'll have to see how it works out. I haven't looked at their books. Maybe they think they can lure another big game hunting. They can go big game hunting. It's unlikely, but they're gonna get stuck with the Julius Randles and the Oladipos of the world for another little
Couple
while
years,
until someone decides let's go to New York.
It's gonna happen.
Yes, but it's on the players. It's not on the organization. They're never gonna create superstar players out of nowhere. Players have to decide it's time. Let's go
Yeah.
to the Mecca. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. It's not some front office guy you're gonna hire that's gonna
Yes,
bring
that's
in.
gonna make it happen. It's
Yeah.
not gonna happen. It's on the players to decide it's cool again, man. All right, and then we're just with final thoughts here with regards to Oladipo. Those are my trade scenarios, buyout scenarios, which is annoying, but Lakers, Clippers, Nets, man. Why would a player? They're incentivized to do that. If he does get bought out, why would he go anywhere other than the team that's going to win the title? If I'm going there for 25 games or whatever, that's insane. That makes no sense.
Especially someone like Oladipo who's coming off of 2 major knee surgeries, who needs to prove himself.
Yeah, try to
who's
get a
gonna
contract.
he's going to play in major games regardless if he's on the Brooklyn Nets or the Lakers.
Right, yeah.
Whatever team you're going to choose in, that team is immediately going into the playoffs with or without you. You know? So what's up with this buyout, dude? He would never do that. I don't understand. So maybe it's crazy for me to think, dude, why don't you just eat $22 million and not, I get it. But I'm saying just look in the future, man. Look at the financial potential you have if you're playing with someone like LeBron James or James Harden or
it's
Kawhi Leonard or, like someone that is going to be on TV.
But it doesn't benefit Houston to do that. If they can get a pick
No,
back, why would they buy
totally
him out?
true.
And he's a player, unlike an Andre Drummond, where his contract number is so high.
Totally.
Nobody's gonna be willing to do
I'm
that.
with you.
21, if there's a team that needs it, like I mentioned, KCP,
Yeah, they need a
these
first,
kind
dog.
of contracts, I can go up to 21. I can find that. I can find 21.
Totally.
Every team has a KCP type contract on their in their cap space.
Totally.
You know?
And it's like if we're going to make that work with the Lakers, I need Kuz. And it's like if you're the Lakers, are you trading him?
That's the next thing I wanted to get into, man, was the Lakers situation. Which is like one of the biggest stories in basketball right now because
they
it's
straight
LeBron.
up suck.
Okay, so once again, I want to give you a little background. I want you to just go off. All right, so here's the situation, man. LeBron got hurt. He got hurt with 7 points. He comes back in. He actually checked back. He checked out of the game and then back into the game.
This is so funny.
And hits the 3. Everyone makes fun of him. This is, one of the few times where Skip is 100% right. You stat patter. Like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. So his streak is 1,000. Listen to this, though. This is legitimate.
Okay.
He has a 1,036 game streak with 10 or more points. It's the longest in NBA history. I'm not that mad at him for being like, I can
let me
keep
come
that
in
alive.
and knock down
It'd be
a 3.
one thing if he was like number 7 or something. It's number 1.
Yeah.
It's the longest streak in NBA history.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, come on.
Yeah.
I bet you I could go get 1, which is hilarious. But okay, back to seriousness. So yeah, we said 4 to 6 weeks. Give or take. It might be 2 if he's Superman. It might be 8 if it's really bad. Who knows? It's going to be in there. 3 to 5, 4 to 6. They said this Friday, AD is going to be evaluated by team doctors. Just without LeBron this year, including the Saturday against the Hawks where they had him for a little while, they're 0-4. They're in bad shape here. So here I got some stats here. This is the Lakers with LeBron and AD on the court. Their net efficiency is 14.6. With plus 14.6 is a positive. Just LeBron on the floor, their net efficiency is plus 7.0. It's a positive. With both of them off the floor, it's negative 4.2. We know that. Without LeBron and AD, they suck. But here's the surprising one. With just Anthony Davis on the floor and no LeBron, they're negative 3.7. So even if AD, let's say Friday they evaluate him and they say, he can start ramping up to begin his comeback. Let's say he comes back a week after that or whatever it may be.
Right.
You're still in trouble. You're still not a good team with AD and that roster. Like I said, without LeBron, they're 0-4. If LeBron's out a month, that's 16 games. They're sitting in the 3 seed. That would be the Clippers, the Nuggets, the Blazers. Probably that's it. All would have a realistic chance to pass the Lakers by the time they come back. They might, by the time LeBron comes back, LeBron might be coming back battling for like a 7 seed or a 6 seed. My question to you, do they have to make a move? Right now, do they have to make a move by Thursday?
So I don't think so. I think you stay put.
Really?
As bad as this is going to get.
And you think you're just going to try to take on water and try to keep your head above?
Stay afloat.
That's it.
Stay afloat. Yeah.
Last year.
Because I think, hear me out.
Okay.
So I think if we drop, as if I'm LeBron.
Yeah, right.
But if the Lakers fall to like 6 or 7, I want that.
You want Utah in the first
I
round?
probably
or
want that.
Whatever.
Yeah. Phoenix?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want, or Portland?
Well, what about last year, dude? Last year they won that title. They went in the Western Conference. They marched through the Western Conference.
Totally.
They line danced
Yeah,
their way through it. 4-1, 4-1, 4-1.
Yeah.
We get
They missed the Clippers, though. We've never seen the Clippers.
Houston team. We get a decimated Portland team, and they get a fake contender
Nuggets
Denver team, and
yeah.
that's all set up by that 1 seed. You know what I mean?
No, I understand, man, but I'm telling you, there's no team that's gonna beat LeBron in that conference in 7. What is CP and Booker gonna win in 6? No.
That is the argument against it, which is Utah. They want that home court in Game 7 against the Lakers.
Yeah.
They want that bad. They
Right.
need it. They feel like
But
they need it.
that means something.
Lakers
this year.
don't feel like they need
That
it. They
means
don't care. The
that-
Lakers don't care
Totally.
where that Game 7 takes place.
Totally.
They don't care.
But I'm saying that I think that means something. Home court advantage. There's probably going to be fans there.
Oh, yeah, for
There's
sure.
probably going to be fans there. So I don't know, man. Do you really want to move your core? I mean, we could talk about moves in the off season, but we're here, man. I mean, this is a squad we're riding with, And I
don't
think
know,
that's
man.
what LeBron's thinking. And are you really going to try and move Kuz before the deadline or KCP before the deadline because just to try and get a little bit better to compete
Right, I know
Brooklyn?
what you're saying. You're saying you're going to, patch a hole here, and then a hole's going to pop over here, and then you got to try to patch that hole, and another one pops over here.
So it's like, like we were talking about this before. We're like, dude, what about Kuzma and Taylor Horton-Tucker and KCP? But it's like, all right, now we're moving too many guys here. We're missing with
Because
the chemistry.
realistically, Taylor Horton-Tucker is one of 2 Lakers who can control the ball and create shots for other people. You know what I mean?
Totally.
As much as you're looking at it with the idea of ooh, this is an asset you might be able to get better with, it's like you're also playing with how the team works together.
Right.
Who can do what and who
and they're both really good both of them. KCP and Taylor Horton-Tucker are both really good defenders. So now we're losing 2 perimeter defenders. It's like I don't know, man. I think we should stay put. If we're gonna move 1 or 2 guys, what's up with the buyout market? I'm cool with the buyout.
Sure.
I'm cool with
and
all that, man.
lower level guys we could get they could get there. I'm thinking of it the way I do every NBA team if I'm the GM.
Right.
That's how I think about every NBA team. I could get there for George Hill. He's got a couple $1 million. I could get there for Austin Rivers, who's on a couple $1 million. I need somebody who's on $3 million or less who can dribble the ball without looking at the ground, like half the people on the team can, and make plays for other people and themselves. You know what I mean?
So I said on the last pod that I think that Lakers need to make a move. I think it was time to package KCP and Kuz and go see what's up with that $27 million. But now LeBron is hurt. So now it's like, okay, now you have to go make a move for someone that's going to need time to play with LeBron, and they got to figure it out, and it's going to be months at a time. And then they have to go into the playoffs and play with LeBron, which is a whole different story. So
I mean, these guys already have that experience.
Totally.
KCP knows how to play with LeBron.
Totally. So I don't know. And even before Kuz and LeBron had this little thing going where they're clicking really well, and then LeBron gets hurt. So it's like it's a massive injury
but like
for the
I
Lakers.
said, yes, exactly. What if this is 1 month? If this is 1 month, that's 16 games. Would you be that surprised if they go 2-14 in that time?
No, I'm not.
You would not
Bro,
be
this
that
team
surprised.
blows. That team
Yes,
blows.
yeah, exactly. So that being said, I want to once again. I have a couple ideas here.
Okay,
I would
yeah.
like to present them.
Yeah,
So,
go ahead.
First things first. Little hat tip here. Jake Fisher of Bleacher Report has been doing awesome reporting. If you guys are into trade deadline stuff and things like that, go check out Jake Fisher of Bleacher Report, man. He's awesome. But he said the other day that the Lakers have been, quote, fielding calls and entertaining offers for Montrezl Harrell.
Oh.
They're not shopping him. They're not actively trying to move him. But, if someone's going to call me and say, I have an offer for you for Montrezl Harrell. Basically, Rob Pelinka is saying, okay, what is it?
What is the offer?
He's not saying yes. He's not saying no. He's just saying he's willing to hear it. And let me explain why. I have been openly doubtful of Montrez for the Lakers. But that being said, he's been incredibly important in what they've done so far this year and what they plan to do in the playoffs, right? High energy guy, super skilled around the bucket. He gets to the line. He just is really important, man. He does a lot. Now, most importantly is the contract that he's on. So Montrez signed a 2-year deal with a player op in the second year.
Which he's going to opt out of.
Yeah, and so basically this is the problem. So he's got a 2-year, and the second year is a player option. It's $10 million. So he's worth significantly more than that, like on the open market.
Totally,
Someone's going to give him way more than that.
Oh, yeah.
Because the Lakers don't have full bird rights on him, they can only offer him like a hair above 11 because they're fully capped out. They're hard capped out.
Right.
He's not going to take that.
Yes.
He's going to decline that and go take $20 million or $18 million somewhere else. Right.
Yeah.
Sacramento or whoever.
Yeah.
So he's probably going to be gone next year. So that being said, even though he's important to what you guys have done this year and what you plan to do in the playoffs, if he's going to leave next year and I can get an asset for him right now, you have to be willing to that.
I agree.
Have to be willing to listen at least to that. And that being said, Jake Fisher reported of Bleacher Report, he reported that they have an offer. They got an offer from Charlotte. We don't know what the offer is, but he reported we have an offer. And
Miles Bridges or Monk
or PJ Washington.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm in on all those Charlotte guys.
Because
that would be awesome.
Well, here's the thing. Or Devontae Graham makes the same amount of money.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. So, realistically, Montrez, like I said, he's not going to take that next year. So, like, anyone who's dealing for him they're not incentivized to give up a lot for him. So, like, it's going to be a tough situation if they expect to do anything with him. But like I said, it's Charlotte. They offered something. That makes sense. Charlotte is the one who offered Montrez more money than the Lakers last summer. Montrez chose L.A. because he wanted to be in L.A., wanted to be there and prove that he could play in a winning team. Here's the other interesting thing is Mitch Kupchak is the president of basketball ops and the GM in Charlotte.
Right.
So, like, if there was a deal somewhere in the league for Trez, it might be with Charlotte. That might be the easiest way to get it done.
Yeah.
There's already an offer on the table. Like you said, I don't know if it's Bridges, Washington, Monk. I don't know if it's Graham. I don't know what it is, but like, we could have a conversation about all four of those guys.
Yeah, and it would make sense.
Yeah, exactly. So, obviously, that being said, if the Lakers got rid of Trez, they would have a serious problem with bigs. They still need to look after big. Luckily, this is another thing I want to get into is the buyout market is mainly bigs. It's Drummond and Aldridge and stuff like that. So, like, if you can make a trade for a guard or a playmaker, a perimeter player, and then get one of those bigs off the buyout market, that's key. What do you think, man? Like, should they talk about Montrez?
That's a different discussion. If you internally know, whether it's discussions or, quietly away from the league, and you know in your front office that we got Drummond. We're going to have
someone's told you that.
Yeah. We're going to get Drummond.
Then you go trade for a guard.
Then you move Trez and get a guard, and Drummond come on down.
That's a great point. Yeah, but you have to have that assurance first.
I can't do that.
You can't deal Trez for a guard.
And then be a big short. Then we're screwed.
Okay.
So,
because they already are screwed because Marcus Gasol is like half of an NBA player.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Go on.
No. So I agree, man. And I think that it's a very tough spot. LeBron put the Lakers in a very tough spot, and you saw him kicking the cooler on his way out. And I think he knows
smash
that.
The chair,
I think he knows that. I think he's going in the locker room. He's like, shit. I also I just screwed this whole thing up.
I'm not convinced that he knows. I'm not convinced if it doesn't go the opposite way. He's looking for a break, and he's like, I'll get a 2-week one right here. He's like, I could come back tomorrow if I needed to, but I don't need to. He's LeBron. He's always twisted his ankle just as brutally as he did, wincing in pain and screaming. I've seen him do that 90 times in my life, and he's always come back within 48 hours.
Trust me.
I wouldn't be surprised if he could, and he's just like,
I don't think that.
I don't think it. I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised if
totally.
that was
But
the case.
I'm looking at it like, damn, Embiid went down. LeBron's had back-to-back triple-doubles. He has 37 the next game and then comes out and he's hurt. I mean, I think he's really gunning for the MVP. Kuz is starting this media narrative that LeBron should have 9 and 10, and it's like it's starting to build a little bit, and then he goes down. So it's like, I don't know, man. I think this is a brutal injury for the Lakers. And I agree. I mean, we're saying, LeBron's not out for the year. It's not that bad. This is really bad, man. This is really bad. And I mean, we were watching him last night, and Kuz has got like 8 points at halftime. It's like, oh my God, man. And this is the showcase. I mean, this is him showcasing his abilities to be on a team by himself.
Yeah.
And
he always talks about
going well.
He always talks about how, like, all his peers are out. Jason Tatum's out there 26 a game or whatever. It's like, okay, go do it then. And
this is your time right now.
Yeah, it's tough. So about the buyout market and the bigs and stuff, I want to get into it a little bit because I have a couple other theories here. So the buyout market, like I said, Andre Drummond is a name that keeps getting thrown around on the buyout market because he's got such a high contract number. Nobody's going to want to absorb that. So just like Blake, they pay him basically to not play for them anymore, and he goes and signs somewhere for the minimum.
Unless a team swipes in, which I'm kind of worried about.
On a trade?
Yeah, what if some team is like, I'll just throw you a second. And Cleveland's like, deal, give me it.
Does anyone have $34 million in cap space to absorb right now?
I don't know. Maybe they can move. I saw the Bulls were interested in Drummond. That would mean moving Otto Porter.
Yeah.
Right. So
and probably another piece.
I don't know.
Are they capped out? Are they up against a hard cap?
I don't know. I
I
saw Washington was interested in that. Westbrook? I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
I know what you're saying. It's possible.
Yeah,
it's not out of the possibility.
I am super nervous about this Drummond thing.
Yeah.
Because Drummond will shift
the power balance of the NBA.
Yes.
I'm worried that he gets bought out and just goes to Brooklyn, and then it's over. It's over.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's totally over.
Yeah, and so that would be a big problem. But there's a couple other bigs on the buyout market. We've heard about LaMarcus Aldridge has been another huge name out there.
Yeah.
That's who I think the Lakers should prioritize. I don't know how the buyouts work. If you can prioritize a guy on a buyout market, if that's a thing, I don't know what that would mean. LeBron calling him. I don't know what that means.
Right.
If you could, you should do LaMarcus Aldridge over Drummond, over anybody else, in my opinion, right now specifically because he'll give you 15, 20 a night.
Right.
And you need that with no AD and LeBron in the lineup. You need somebody needs to be able to put the ball in the hoop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like Drummond is awesome, but he's not 22 a game or something like that. Where it's like Aldridge, I can give him the ball. He can go be my leading scorer while LeBron and AD are out.
I mean,
and he can also play the 5 next to AD, and he can also back him up, and they can rotate them. Teams play two bigs
Aldridge
all
is
the time.
kind of at the point in his career where he's off the bench now.
Yeah,
and
I mean, he can get another contract, though.
Yeah.
It's not like he's a minimum. He might play the rest of this year on a minimum, but he'll go get $7 million, some are $10 million, $5 million.
He'll get you
He's
14
a
or 12
valuable
points
player.
a game. Yeah,
absolutely.
totally.
And he gets boards, plays good post D.
I agree, man.
And he's a veteran, and he's smart, and he has high basketball IQ.
I think if we are looking at this, I think we need it. Just all of this depends on where Drummond goes. Because if Drummond goes to Brooklyn, none of this matters.
True. I have a feeling that he doesn't. I wouldn't be surprised if they get another big, and it will help tremendously. Because you know who else is on the buyout market? Gorgui Dieng. I think that's a great piece for Brooklyn. I think that's who Brooklyn should be looking at. Gorgui Dieng he steps back and shoots the three.
Stretches the floor.
He blocks shots.
Totally.
That's the player type that you want if you're Brooklyn.
Right.
Is he as good as Drummond? Of course not.
No.
Of course not. But I'm
Right.
saying, like, do you need an all-star who's 20 and 14 or whatever? No, I need someone who's 6'10" or taller and who can go run around and chase people and play post D and move the ball and not make any mistakes.
Totally.
Gorgui Dieng would be an awesome thing. Whiteside has been floated around for a lot of these same teams. Again, it's so weird with the buyout market because it's like these guys, the only teams you hear them rumored with is Lakers, Clippers, Nets. It's like, God, that's boring.
Well,
dude.
I heard LaMarcus could possibly be going back to Portland, which I think that would be
a trade
awesome.
or a buyout.
Buyout.
That'd be wild.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. They could use them.
Yeah,
they could use
and
a 4
I
or 5.
saw Dame did a little eye emoji at a tweet, and
I
someone
did see
was
that.
like,
I did see
"Oh,
that.
okay."
Yep.
But I don't know. That would be awesome, and I know Dame and them have been big in the buyouts. Remember Melo? So I just think I don't know. I think that it all, like I said, man, this all just depends on Drummond because if Drummond goes to Brooklyn, man, none of these
conversations matter. Yeah, we can stop these right now. We can stop making these videos.
Whiteside and Gasol, come on.
Yeah. So here's an interesting. So just another little conversation about another big here. So the Lakers had Damian Jones. He played well. He was 90-something% from the floor. Obviously, all he does is dunks and putbacks and stuff. He played well. So they signed him to a second 10-day contract. You can't do a third. So after that was up, they let him walk. That doesn't mean they won't come back to him. This could actually benefit LA at the deadline if they want to construct a deal that they send out 2 and bring back 3. That extra roster spot is obviously super important to have open. So it's not like if, they don't end up using the empty roster spot, they can't go right back to Damian Jones and fully guaranteed for the rest of the season. So that's interesting. But I did, while I saw that about the Damian Jones and his 10-day contract, it made me think there's another way to acquire a player. Okay, right now, and again, we're still on the Lakers here, but right now, the Lakers need a ball handler.
Right.
And a perimeter player, right?
For sure.
Because LeBron's usage rate is like 38 or something like that.
Totally.
Take the ball out of his hands, there all of a sudden they're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
You need like a point guard and a shooting guard? Yeah,
for sure.
Okay, here's an interesting thing. In the last 5 years, veterans have been way more likely to accept 10-day contracts than you and I's whole life.
Yeah.
Our whole life, it was always G Leaguers.
Right.
In these last couple of years, veterans have been taking 10-day contracts. What's up is Isaiah Thomas.
Oh, that would be awesome. Yeah, he would totally take a 10-day.
He's playing competitive basketball for USA Basketball. He's playing like
yeah.
a 10-day
He's like
contract.
in the rotation of guys that is out there.
A 10-day contract with zero risk that's not guaranteed. It doesn't hurt me at all. I know he's not going to play any defense. I don't
Right.
really care. Somebody's going to put the ball in the hoop.
Yeah,
We're going to
no,
lose
I
games
agree.
120 to 56.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to be able to put the ball into the hoop multiple times.
I think that whole defensive thing is a little bit overrated. Where it's
So
like,
do I.
yeah, where it's like everyone needs to play defense.
You know what matters?
Oh,
you
everyone
know what
needs to-
matters,
yeah.
honestly? Points per 100 possessions.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really care how many defensive points you give up if we score more than you. We
Yeah,
go
totally.
82-0. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I agree, man. And I think, Isaiah is just someone who's just going to get buckets and someone who, I
And
don't
again,
know, man.
he can dribble the ball.
Yeah,
Like,
totally.
He can kind of get guys involved. It's
Create,
like, I don't know what you want at this point if you're the Lakers. It's tough. You're in a bad spot. You're going to take on water. You need to try to keep your head above water and try to stay from drowning. You know what I mean? We're talking about
this next month is going to be brutal.
It's gonna be tough, man.
Yeah, so
Like-
as long as we stay, but if we,
Uh-huh.
as long as the Lakers stay in that top 6, top 7 area, and it's amazing that we're talking about this because we know, and it's like, if you were looking at the Lakers, you'd be like, oh my gosh, this team is unbelievable. They're a great team. It's like, no, they're not a great team. They have LeBron James.
Exactly.
Like,
The
and
team
that's
is
how
not
it is.
that good.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be super interesting to see how Kuz and KCP and all these other guys can just keep their heads above water because, man, this is not good.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting to see what's up with, like, Schroeder and Trez and Kuzma. Because let's be honest, those are you guys who, like, can
Schroeder had,
make
like,
a huge
18
difference.
last night or something. It's like, why don't you move Schroeder?
If somebody's going to make a huge difference, though, it's going to be one of
Would
those
you move
guys.
Schroeder?
Probably not. He plays awesome with LeBron.
I agree.
Awesome with LeBron.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know if I can.
They're
it
stuck,
depends
man. They're
who's.
stuck.
It
They're
depends who
stuck.
they're offering. I don't know. I would have to be on the other side of the phone and hear it. All right, moving on. Let's move on here. Let's touch on a couple other teams. As I mentioned earlier, right now trending on Twitter, Bull, trending on Twitter.
Ugh.
There's a couple different trade rumors here. Like I said, man, Denver's sitting on a gold mine and they have no idea. They don't know how to use them. They have this 7'4".
He never plays.
No.
Ever.
When he does play, he plays awesome and they don't play him. Or he'll play like 6 minutes. He'll get like
Mike
12
Malone.
points.
Mike Malone always does this.
I know.
It's so annoying.
Uh-huh.
He's doing the same thing with RJ Hampton again this year.
Uh-huh.
It's like this is like the 3rd or 4th young guy you're doing. Like you're
We were saying this about Michael Porter Jr.
like, bro, you have
last
12
year.
guys. You
Yeah.
could play all of them.
Yeah.
There's no rules against that.
Uh-huh.
Like if you draft a guy in the 1st round, he's allowed
And
to
he's
play.
awesome.
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa, that guy's really good.
Yeah, he's
Dude, guess
allowed to
what?
play.
Play him.
Yeah.
I know it's a
What?
wild thing.
I
Mike
don't
Malone.
understand.
Yeah.
It's so crazy to me. Bobo's like 7'5".
Yeah, go look at Halliburton. Like, you realize, like, we're in a different era of the NBA right now. These guys can
Like,
come
bro,
in
just
and
put him on the
contribute.
floor.
They come in and contribute right now. You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
It's very weird.
These are playing like Mason Plumlee instead.
Yeah. Oh, stop.
Yeah, bro. What are we doing?
Bull
Bull's
versus
like
Mason
7'6", bro.
Yeah, he reigns through
all
blocks
last year.
everything.
All last year, Mason Plumlee was getting. Obviously, I know he's on the Pistons now, but I mean, Bull was getting all this minute taken away from him because Mason Plumlee's on the floor. Get out of here, Mike Malone.
Yeah,
stop.
it's so weird. And we were always like, where is Bull? Where is
Yeah,
Michael
yeah.
Porter Jr.? Where are any of these guys?
Yeah, we
Don't
saw-
they have cool guys on their team? Where
Yeah,
are they?
We saw all these highlights all offseason about how sick RJ Hampton. Everyone's like, dude, he might be like a top 10 pick.
Yeah, huh?
Everyone's like, and have you seen him
Yeah,
play
where is
one
that guy?
time?
Yeah.
I haven't seen him play once.
No, not at
It's-
all. It's very weird.
Frustrating.
So
So, yeah, I guess just trade Bull if you're not going
I
to play
guess,
him,
man.
bro.
We'll take him in Chicago. If you
Yeah,
just
yeah,
want to
yeah.
give him to us, we'll take him.
Yeah, for sure. I'll give you like a second or whatever.
I'll give you a
That's all it
handful of
takes.
seconds.
Yeah.
And
Oh
you can
my
have a
God.
random scrub at the end of
Yeah,
the
give you
roster.
Archie Diacono.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
I would not start a conversation to move Bull without at least a first, probably two.
Yes. Yeah, as a guy who stretches the floor and, like we said, playing awesome D down there, I mean.
Dude, his health D, he blocks everything, man. Like, have you ever seen his college highlights? Have you ever seen him? He has practice highlights from practice in the preseason where he's just dominating scrimmage.
Yeah, you remember when
blocking
he was
every shot.
You remember
shooting off the dribble, pull-up shots off the dribble. Your guys, this guy's 7'3".
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. No, I mean, you remember that little break right before the bubble? Like, it was like a preseason where they played for like 5 games.
Yes.
And
8 games, I think.
Yeah. And they did that weird lineup with Bobo at the
all
3.
Bigs, 5 centers.
Yeah, Bobo's like that point guard. It's like, dude, where's that creativity?
Yeah, where's
bro?
the cool stuff?
Yeah,
exactly.
awesome, man. Like, stop playing all these minutes to Gary Harris.
Yes.
Like,
the reason that stuff works is because you take a team by surprise. The reason a trick play in football works is because you're not expecting it.
Right.
If I come out there and I'm going to expect to play, my little 6'2" point guard and my 6'4" shooting guard and my 6'7" wing and my 6'8" to 6'10" 4 and my 6'11",
foot,
it's not going to work, man. I got
everyone the same
5,
thing everyone
7
else
footers.
does. Yeah, totally.
All of a sudden you're like, whoa, dude, you can catch a team off guard like that.
You win a game in the playoffs probably like that.
Yes, like you see it all the time in college bowl games. Obviously, I'm really changing subjects here, but I'm just saying, like, you can catch teams off guard just with weird strategies.
Yeah, they're planning for your 5 that you play every day, and then you just show up there with 5 centers. The coach is like,
dude,
I have no idea what to do.
I'm all for this. I'm all for all coaches and all NBA people looking at things and going, okay, do we do it this way because it makes the most sense, or do we do it this way just because we've always done it this way?
Right.
Like, what is the smartest way to do this? Like, how come they've never tried all sorts of other weird lineups? Like, dude, you can run, and then you can run a small ball. You can run that 5 center lineup. You can also run a small ball, put Michael Porter Jr. at the 5, and go 4 shooters.
And Jokic at point guard.
Oh, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you could do
Totally,
all sorts
dude.
of weird, interesting stuff, but you'd rather just sit these guys, not play them, and then trade them.
Yeah, Bobo's just berries on the bench.
Okay,
like,
whatever. That's cool with me. Lonzo Ball would actually be pretty cool there because they have so many guys who can.
Someone's going to get Bobo
for nothing.
And be like,
and like I said, 2.5 years from now, we're going to be like, that was a steal. He's awesome.
Yeah.
Because nobody knows because
Yeah,
he's not developed yet. He's so raw.
Jeez.
So it's tough. He doesn't play.
Yeah,
like, nobody has any idea how good he is.
It's super unfortunate.
I promise you, he's so talented, dude. There's nothing he can't do. I've seen him Euro step and dime guys up. Yeah. He's awesome, dude. He can do everything.
Mike Malone frustrates me in so many ways. He's a great
kind
coach.
Of same. Yeah,
he's
I
a great coach. He's done awesome in Denver.
Rotations have always frustrated me. I don't think he understands rotations very well. I've always said that.
Yeah, but I don't get why you would spend like a top 15 pick on RJ Hampton or whatever pick he was. He's a first round pick. You spent first round pick on these guys and they just don't play.
Yeah, why don't you play him sometimes to get him a little bit of development?
I don't get it, man. That's so strange to me.
Yeah,
and he's gonna throw RJ Hampton to the Wolves. I mean, yeah, practice is cool and all, but like these guys ain't playing games. Like,
it's real weird.
Yeah, it's very strange.
All right, some other cool rumors that have come out in the last day or two. A lot of these are today. So, the Atlanta Hawks, have made Bogdan Bogdanović and Cam Reddish available. My question is, what do you want for Reddish? Like, if you're Atlanta, what do you want for Cam Reddish? So if Bogdan and Cam Reddish are available, all right. So here's what I'm saying. The Hawks, they've shown interest in Lonzo as well. Just like I said, the Nuggets have. And Marcus Smart. That's according to Shams. And then Boston has interest in Bogdan as well, according to Kevin O'Connor, the Ringer. So there's mutual, interest there between Boston and Atlanta, between Bogdan and Marcus Smart.
Right.
That's interesting right there. But my question is more about, like, Reddish. What do you want for Reddish? Like, again, I'm not out on Reddish. I'm interested in buying low. I'll buy low. What?
Well, the
How
Hawks
much do they need? What do they want for that?
Well, the Hawks are 8-0 since Nate McMillan has taken over. Stay put. I think it's too early.
They said this morning that Bogdan and Reddish have been made available in trade talks.
I don't agree with that. I think you got to stay put on Reddish. I think moving on him
I'm
is
not
the
out on
same
him.
discussion that we've had before.
Yes.
So it's like, fine. If it's really win now, and this goes back to the pod we had about the Hawks, because it's like it was a dumpster fire. Where the front office is putting pressure on, or on the team in order to win. They're like, dude, you guys need to win. We spent all this money on all these guys, and you guys still suck. Gallo has been way better since Nate McMillan has taken over. He hit like 8 or 9 threes the other night. He brains threes. That's the old Gallo we're used to seeing.
Yeah.
So it's like, fine. If we really have to win, then fine. Move these guys. Then move Collins. Then move Reddish. We're not doing these young guys anymore. We need to start producing wins. You got to move these guys.
Yeah.
Which
one do you want?
Yeah,
okay.
totally. I don't agree with that though.
I
think you got to stay put. I think Trey is too young. But fine. If it's win now, then just ship these guys out before you have to pay Trey. That's fine. But you better win a title.
What's up with Reddish and picks for Lonzo? You like that if you're New Orleans?
Not
or
really.
No?
We have too many point guards. We have too many point guards. Rondo and Trey and Lonzo.
Okay.
So it's like,
okay, we'll move Rondo. Lonzo and Trey might be cool.
Yeah.
Can you run them together in the backcourt?
I don't think Atlanta moves Rondo. I've heard that they're going to stay put on him just because they like him as a guy to trade.
He's got a decent contract.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, well, I mean, that's interesting. Like I said, Bogdan and Cam Reddish are available. Someone could go get him, especially like Bogdan would be a nice piece for a contender. That's a nice contract.
You know which one I heard?
What?
Golden State.
I was just going to say Golden State. According to The Athletic, Golden State has shown interest in Bogdan.
So I heard this was a deal. Bogdan for Oubre.
Yeah, contracts match. You could do that straight up.
Yeah, I straight up just don't want that.
If you're
Do you
who?
get any better?
If you're who?
Atlanta. Atlanta, you're probably just getting worse.
No, you get worse.
Yeah, you're straight up just getting worse.
It's
you
nice
get
for
no
Golden
picks.
State. You get better for Golden State.
Yeah, you get no picks.
Better shooter. Better. Yeah. Better offensive player.
That's
at
terrible.
least.
The war. Atlanta just screws everything.
Yeah,
they're
I know.
8-0 and they're
now
gonna
they're talking
ship
about
these guys out.
are now they're talking about guys that are available. Like you guys are finally playing good. Well, what's up with John Collins? Have we not made a decision on that yet?
Yeah, totally.
And now now Reddish and Bogdan are available. Like, dude, you guys need to decide what direction you're going in first before you start trading off young assets, valuable assets, and championship veteran assets.
Yeah.
Like, you guys need to at least decide your direction. What do you want?
You have
do you
no
want
idea what they're
wins,
doing.
or do you want to create a future so in 5 years you're ready to win a title? Which
Yeah.
one do you want? I don't know what you want because
Yeah.
you half want.
They're
each thing.
pushing the process along too fast.
Yes,
It
yes.
doesn't take that long. It
takes
takes
a couple
time.
years. It takes a couple
time.
years.
So it doesn't take that quick for you to just draft guys
Yeah.
and you're immediately a title
Yeah,
team.
it takes a couple seasons.
Totally.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's brutal. I think if they trade Reddish and Reddish is all of a sudden 18, 4, and 5 and a
Which he
top,
could be. We
top
said
10
that at Duke.
perimeter D.
Yes.
Yeah, shooting
Yeah.
40% from deep. That's a big problem.
Yeah.
That's a big problem. So I don't know. And I think Collins could get dealt and he could be like 22-13 or something.
And because
So,
Cam is cool, dude. Because Cam is like a scoring wing. Like that's
He's a
awesome.
shooter, yeah,
It's that's a cool
3
player
and D,
type.
yeah.
Put that out there with again the quarterback that I always say. Put that
Yeah.
out there with Phoenix.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, you understand how right now he might not be that good or be able to be a
Right.
contributing asset
But
on
with
a
CP,
playoff team.
yeah.
Once you have this guy and you teach him how to play basketball and win, like, dude, Cam Reddish is a cool piece. You guys are giving up on this guy already. You've given up on John Collins. You've given up on even the veteran guys you brought in. What are you guys doing, man? What are you guys doing? I'm not really sure. So, whatever, man.
Do they bring McMullen back? Or they fire
I
him?
would.
Yeah,
He's
totally.
clearly the
yeah,
guy for the
totally.
job. I mean,
totally.
I don't know what more
No,
need
you
to
haven't
see.
lost since you made the.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's obvious.
Wow.
Another big story that was this morning, I think, was Aaron Gordon formally requests out. That's a big problem for Orlando because, I mean, as you and I always say, Orlando is in the worst spot in basketball. They're in basketball hell. They're good enough to make the 8th seed every year, but not good enough to go anywhere. So it's I don't know. So, all right, if you have to trade Aaron Gordon, do you just blow it up?
Yeah, you got to.
You have to just blow up your whole team.
Yeah, you're gonna
and
move all those guys.
Go for the future.
Fournier
Go for the
and
future.
Isaac.
Fournier's a cool piece. Veteran, a championship contender
Yeah.
might reach out and try to get him, though he's on a kind of hefty contract. It's
Bro,
close to 20.
I heard Vooch on a podcast. He was on Russillo's podcast, and
Mhm.
he asked him, and he's talking about the trade deadline stuff, and he's like, "What do you think?" And they asked Vooch, and Vooch gave a really interesting answer. And I don't really know how much of this is me supporting my teammates, but I genuinely believe that he was on the mic, and he's like, "Dude, we had Fultz, and we had Isaac, and we had Fournier. We'd been in the playoffs the past 3 years. I mean." We thought, we were really going to make a jump this year.
Yeah.
And
That
Vooch-
is what they think in their hearts. Yeah.
And Vooch is like 24, 10, and 5 or something. You're like, dude, this guy's like a top 5 center in the league.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, man.
Threes.
Yeah, totally. And I think, like we said, I don't really put too much into the defensive thing, especially if you're scoring 22 a game. So, I don't know, man. It's going to be super interesting to see what they do. They have a lot of pieces. A lot of pieces and a lot of young guys and a lot of guys that can step in and play big minutes and a lot of guys that are young, Like, Isaac is young. Mo Bamba's young. Aaron Gordon's still young, Vooch is in his prime. Fultz is still young. So, I think if we do this right, we do this the right way, and we trade everybody and we get good value back, which I believe is possible, I think Orlando could be, something to mess with in a couple of other years.
Yeah, they could at least be in a cool spot.
So, I don't know. You got to nail your picks, and you got to nail
the picks in a small market like Orlando. You
Totally.
can't miss one.
Yeah, no.
I
like Cole
you
Anthony.
You need to find Draymond in the second round.
Yeah.
You need to get those.
Totally.
You need to hit on all those.
Yeah,
picks.
I like the Cole Anthony pick. Cole Anthony's pretty good so far.
If you're a small market like that, like Orlando, and you're going to do a whole rebuild, listen to this. Not only do you need to hit on all your picks, you need to find a starter in the second round.
Yeah, it's
at
tough.
least once. In those years where you're rebuilding, you need to find a starter.
Unless
in the
you
second
get
round.
an elite superstar that will attract other superstars.
Otherwise, you need to hit on about 3 firsts, and you need to find at least one starter in the second round somewhere. You need to find a needle in a haystack. Otherwise, it ain't happening. You're in Orlando.
Yeah.
No one's coming to save you.
Yeah.
You need to do it through the draft and through trades.
Yeah.
So, if they're going to – okay, so, another thing I was going to say was, according to The Athletic, Orlando said that they would deal Vooch, but they would do it only for multiple firsts.
Which is
Don't
what they
even
should do.
call me unless you have multiple firsts attached to a package.
Yeah.
Which is fair. That's what we just saw with Drew Holiday and AD. The guy's a perennial all-star. What do you want?
Yeah,
the guy's
I
one of the
agree.
best centers in the league.
Agree. I would do the same thing if I'm Orlando's GM. I need a load
Multiple
back.
picks. Yeah,
Vooch is an all-NBA type guy that could be. I mean, so
it's tough, man. They got to now they have to rebuild this whole thing. I wonder who they can try to stick with. Like Isaac had a case for Defensive Player of the Year early on. He's really cool. He doesn't score a lot, but this is going to be tough, man. Like I said, it's a small market. It's going to be tough. Now, I mentioned that KOC, Kevin O'Connor of the Ringer, reported that Boston had interest in Bogdan.
Dude, how screwed up is this Boston thing?
Well, I was just going to say, what's interesting is Jared Weiss of The Athletic, another great reporter who's been doing an awesome job on all this trade deadline stuff. If you guys are interested, go check out The Athletic's Aaron Weiss. That guy's been doing Jared Weiss. The guy's been doing an awesome job. Aaron Gordon, he says the Celtics are interested in Aaron Gordon. So according to KOC and Jared Weiss, between the two of them, they say, let's see, is that a Twitter thing? No. They say the Celtics want Bogdan and Aaron Gordon.
Dude, before we even get into that, we got to talk about Boston.
That's what I'm saying. They're doing the right thing. They should want Bogdan and Aaron Gordon. They should ask about Vooch.
So
they should ask about anything they could possibly ask about.
They need to make a move.
Yes, they're not good enough.
Yeah, that team, every time I watch them, man, they just look flat.
They're just not good enough, man.
No, but I'm saying, dude, there's no energy there.
I'm
not saying that that's Steven's fault. I think, if Kemba shoots well, they're very tough to beat, but that doesn't happen a lot. They have no bigs. I mean, their bench, these guys are young, so maybe that's part of it, but they lose a lot of easy games, man. A lot of easy games. And I don't know.
They're just not there in their literal development yet.
Yeah, and I think Tatum is probably there, but I also think that he has games where he'll score 8 points.
Yeah, exactly.
And
12
it's
points
dude,
on 6 of 21.
If you were to ask all these the NBA
dude,
family,
you can't do
where
that.
do you take Tatum in the top draft of the league?
Yeah.
He's top 8.
Something
top
young
8.
guys
yeah,
that you
totally.
want to build your franchise
totally.
around.
And
you're saying Luka,
Yeah. So
right.
he's
you
your
Tatum
top
early.
8 guys.
Yeah, you take him early. Yeah,
So
to build your franchise around.
I don't know, man. I think that this thing with Boston is just very. I think it's bad.
Yeah, they're in trouble.
I think it's really
they're
bad
in trouble.
because
they're gonna hang. They're good enough as constructed to win 1, maybe 2, 3 rounds.
Right.
They can hang out there, but I promise you, they're not getting past the Eastern Conference. If they get lucky and stumble into the ECF, there is no shot. There's no universe that exists where they can steal 4 games off Brooklyn.
Oh,
there
yeah,
is
no.
universe.
But they were the Eastern Conference Finals last year, man. They were 2 games away from
That's
going to
what
the
I'm saying.
finals.
So I'm saying.
It's what happened?
The bench.
Yeah, but they didn't have a bench last year. They've never had a bench. They haven't had a bench in this whole Stevens thing since they had like Jay Crowder and you remember that team? That team was sick.
Yeah, the IT.
Yeah, that team where they've Avery Bradley. Those guys
Yeah.
are dogs.
Avery Bradley hits the game winner against Cleveland.
Totally, we're the dogs.
With the Brad Stevens out of timeout play call. And you're like, oh, it was awesome.
Yeah, we're the Boston Dogs, the killers on defense.
Yeah,
that are
yeah.
Marcus
Smart.
Morris.
Yeah,
we're
remember
these
those
guys.
teams? Yeah,
we're these guys. So it's like
hard-nosed
I'm throwing Aaron
Boston guys.
Neesmith and Grant Williams and
Daniel Tice.
Yeah, what are we doing?
Yeah,
so Russillo talks about this a lot, and he's been talking about this play. This is like the third time I've heard him talk about it, but they were playing Brooklyn the other night. And Harden's doing one of these screen and roll plays. Boston's on defense. And Harden runs to the cup and kind of hits Tice with like a hard elbow to the chest. And Tice is like down. He's in a lot of pain. He's looking at the ref. He's like, dude, where's my call? Where's my call? The ref is like, dude, keep playing. I don't know what you're talking. And he's like slow to get back. And he's not in the play. There's 4 on 5 on offense.
Undersized,
it's like, dude,
6'7"
yeah,
big.
but it's like it's not even that, man. It's like, where's the toughness?
Yeah.
You're not going to get that call, man. This is a big game.
Yeah.
Like, go out and go back and go on offense.
Kobe,
Yeah,
put your
what?
big boy pants on.
Yeah, stop complaining for calls against James Harden.
That's what he told Powell, remember? Powell, put your big boy pants
Yeah,
on.
I'm not saying – I mean, they're soft, man.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
That Boston team is – I'm not saying like – I don't know.
Well, that's what happens when you no longer have Jay Crowder and Marcus Morris.
Yeah,
and,
bro, that's what I'm saying. What happened to the dogs, bro?
Yeah.
What happened to – I mean, Robert Williams is good, but, I mean, where are these dogs?
Milwaukee just moved for P.J. Tucker.
Yeah,
why
that's a
wasn't
dog.
Boston? Why wasn't
It's a killer.
Boston
Yeah.
involved in that?
Yeah,
that's
he's
a
a
Boston
awesome
guy.
yeah.
That's like a Boston guy. I'm with you here. I'm all in. I didn't even think about this before, but now I'm 1,000% in with you. They are mentally soft. They lose leads.
Yeah.
They lose second half leads,
Yeah.
fourth quarter leads.
Yeah.
Dude.
I don't
agree.
know, man.
agree.
And I think, this whole Kemba thing has been a train wreck. I mean, just a complete disaster.
It has. Yep.
And, with the injuries and stuff. So, I don't know.
they
Danny
should be-
Ainge has got a lot of work to do,
They
man.
should be doing anything.
They're not even
possible.
close, straight up.
Yeah, I know. If they
They're
could
not even close.
imagine, I know. So much of it, in my opinion, I always come back to this, but they don't have a quarterback. They don't have a guy who says, "Give me the ball, slow everything down, and get us a bucket when they need a bucket."
Totally.
Imagine. Let's be honest. Though he may not be able to score like Kemba, how much better would they be if
I don't want
tomorrow?
Kemba to score.
How much better would they be if tomorrow? Just flip me Kemba for Kyle Lowry.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden they're twice as good.
Yeah.
Kyle Lowry is 18-7. Plays awesome defense, veteran, always in the right spot, always knows the right thing, and most importantly, knows how to get everyone involved and knows how to run the show.
Yeah.
The thing for the last 5 weeks I've been saying here is the most important thing in basketball. Somebody to run the show.
Right.
Somebody's got to run the show.
Yeah. So, and I think in this modern day basketball, we just kind of are like, oh, you're the best player on our team. You're running the show.
Yeah.
And it's like that.
Go look at what Chris Paul is doing in Phoenix right now and tell me you don't need a quarterback to run the show.
Yeah.
And look at the Clippers and why they suck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dude, I think that this whole thing is Danny Ainge has got a lot of work to do. This is not a project where this is like, oh, next year they're back in these.
Yeah,
they're
next
in
year's
trouble.
our year.
This is gonna be a
agree.
long
I agree.
project, man. And Jaylen Brown hits 10 threes or 9 threes the other night, and they win by 8 or 9. But it's like, dude, if they're not hitting 1,000,000 threes in a game, they have no shot, man. They have no shot. So I don't know, man. This Boston thing has been super ultra disappointing. And honestly, bro, I thought we've kind of seen this coming for like a couple of years. We're like, dude, they don't really have a bench. They don't really have a plan here.
Yes.
I mean, they have Tatum and
Yes.
Brown.
And they keep getting better, and therefore their team gets a little bit better every year.
Yeah,
but
but
it's
those
like,
guys suck.
Yeah,
so it's like
you need to help these guys out, or else these guys are going to cap out, and they're not going to get any
And
better.
they've
than
capped
they're
out.
at their ceiling.
They've
Yeah,
capped
exactly.
out.
Pretty much, yeah. Until you get either another guy in there or a quarterback to run the show. Somebody to run the show. I bet you Rondo makes their team better. I bet you he does. I promise you he does, actually.
Yeah.
I promise you he does.
I got Kemba taking 14 shots. What do you stop shooting?
Stop
bro.
shooting threes. You're 1 for 12.
Yeah.
And you just bricked another one.
Yeah.
What
You're
in
taking
God's
shots
name are
away
you
from
doing?
Brown and Tatum.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
please
Whose
stop.
PERs are 27 and
Please
26
stop.
respectively. It's insane. Yeah. Okay. Other interesting story. Yeah, dude. So
Aaron Gordon, I mean, I guess that's cool, man.
For
But,
Boston?
Yeah, that's cool.
same with Bogdan.
Yeah,
okay.
but it's like that's
yeah.
cool. But I still think we got a lot of
Actually,
work
I
to
think
do.
Aaron Gordon and Bogdan, if they could get both of those guys, that actually makes them a lot better. To be
Yeah, but
honest,
like,
to
do
be
they even
honest with you.
have? I mean, they have this trade exception. They have
Aaron
a trade
Gordon,
exception.
Here's
that's like-
something that you'll never. I haven't heard anyone ever say. Aaron Gordon is a phenomenal defender. You want a dog? Aaron Gordon plays sick D.
Yeah, like he guards all 5 positions.
Yeah, he's a great defender.
Mm-hmm.
If Boston really needs a dog, a defensive... See, nobody thinks of him like that. Go watch the game. Go watch him like you say about Draymond. Don't watch the game. Watch Aaron Gordon on defense. He plays awesome D. But he's an awesome defender. Nobody knows. Nobody talks about that. Yeah. He's a great defender. Bring him into Boston. That's a dog for you. Somebody will play D.
I just think, man, this Boston thing is super tough, man, because like I said, bro, you're not even close. You got no bench.
People argue that Aaron Gordon's as good as Ben Simmons on the defensive side of the ball. I've seen that argument on Twitter recently.
I believe that. But I'm saying go get Aaron Gordon. That's fine. But, I mean, you're going to have to give up probably Kemba for that.
I don't think he's as good as Ben Simmons on the defensive side of the ball. But the fact that argument is being made out there should tell you he's way underrated on the defensive side of the ball.
I agree with you, man. And I think the problem here is you're going to have to give up a lot for Aaron Gordon, whether it's, Kemba Walker or what. But Boston's got a lot of moves to make, man. And
Am I, though? He demanded a trade. They have to move him. This is how this works.
Yeah,
They have to move him now. Or else what? Or else he leaves or else he complains, cries. If he takes a note out of Harden's book, he'll get fat. He'll refuse to play. He just won't show up. He won't sign an extension. He'll walk for nothing.
This whole thing is going to get...
So if that's the case, if he's going to end up walking for nothing, then I have to move him. If he's going to demand a trade and he tells me I'm not re-signing, you got to trade me.
Yeah.
Dude, you got to trade him. You don't have a choice.
Yeah, I mean...
So, I would go in and lowball him at first. That's another thing is, Windhorse was talking about was, Monday, Tuesday, maybe even a little bit on Wednesday, these stories that you hear, these trade rumors that come out, they're early conversations trying to gauge interest and trying to gauge player value.
Right.
You see these stories, and half of them, they have no intent on moving these guys.
Right.
They're trying to gauge player value either of the guy I'm trying to send out or that guy I'm talking about bringing in.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
This is different, though, because Aaron Gordon is demanding a trade.
Yeah,
Say,
get
me out of here.
Yes,
so
yeah.
I agree, man, and trust me, I think Gordon's a really good defender. Probably a top 10, top 15 defender in the league.
I don't know about that. But maybe. Let's call it that.
So,
for the
you know what I'm saying? So, what I'm saying, though, is the Gordon move doesn't make them good enough. You still probably have
totally
5 or 6
not
more
winning
moves to make
it.
it.
Totally.
Right. Are they a playoff team? Is there a possibility they just straight up miss the playoffs?
Who?
Boston.
No, they'll make the playoffs. They're a playoff team. Dude, it's 10 seeds go to the play-in tournament or whatever. They'll be there. You'll have to deal with them. Brad Stevens. Come on. Yeah, they'll be there. For sure. It's still, they ain't going anywhere, though, so it doesn't matter.
They're probably a first-round exit, though.
Yep, or maybe second, like I said.
Yeah.
They might, by the grace of God, stumble accidentally into the Eastern Conference Finals. They're not winning one game. They're not winning one game in the Eastern Conference Finals. As far as they go as ECF, but 99.9% chances as far as they go as second round.
Right.
They'll probably lose in the first, but they might make it. Second, I could see legit.
Right.
That's legit. Okay, another interesting story came out today. Couple more of these, and then we'll take off here. Clippers. Wow, words are hard. Clippers are eyeing George Hill and Ricky Rubio. We went over the Clippers' books, and they're capped out and all their problems last episode.
Unless they move like Lou Will.
Yeah, last episode we went over it. So if you guys want to go check out how the Clippers can go about getting a point guard, listen to last episode. But, yeah, it did come out that they are interested in George Hill and Ricky Rubio. I guess Kyle Lowry is a name to keep an eye on for both the Clippers, the Lakers, and, of course, the Nets.
Ricky Rubio and who is the other guy you said? George Hill?
George
both those
Hill.
guys.
Those are the names that...
Those guys don't do anything for me, especially on the Clippers team. You're still probably the third.
I'd rather have
or
Ricky
fourth
Rubio
team.
than George Hill. Now, contract-wise,
Kyle
Ricky
Lowry,
makes more.
Ricky Rubio, George Hill.
Right, because he's more of the guy. He's 6 dimes a game, 7, 8 dimes a game.
Kyle Lowry's played in big games, though.
Right, whereas
Rubio's played
George
in
Hill is more of like a combo guard.
Yeah.
Like, the Clippers need a playmaker. They need someone to run the show.
Rubio's
That's
an
like
awesome
a Rubio.
passer.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's unlikely. They have very few assets. I wouldn't be surprised if they could find a way to get George Hill. He only makes a couple million. They should be able to get there. I don't know why OKC would do that unless you're going to give me future picks. And I don't know if the Clippers, they don't have any picks. They don't have any future young guys. Like, why would I do a deal with you? So I don't know.
Yeah.
But they said they're keeping an eye on George
What
Hill's
am I
situation.
getting in return from
why
the
would I do
Clippers
that?
that's going to benefit me?
Yeah. Why
nothing.
would I help you to a championship? You need a point guard. Everyone knows that. I'm not just gonna gift you George Hill. What?
Here's the championship.
Yeah. What? That's insane. But yeah, they did say that was this morning. So it's always these same teams.
Yeah, right.
It's always the Clippers, the Nets, and the Lakers.
Right.
It's boring.
Yeah. I mean,
so
that's how
boring.
it is. I mean, Utah's not going to make a move because it's like, all those guys are so intricate. You remember how we always say, the parts of the team are not as good as the part of,
Yep.
So, I mean, I don't know. It's tough for these teams that are kind of.
What is the saying? The sum of the whole is greater than its parts. That's the saying. Yeah. Okay. Because I say it wrong every week. I got to figure it out at some point.
So, but, so I don't know, man. I just think these teams that are kind of. All these guys kind of make up the dream work of the team. Like Phoenix kind of is, it's kind of like that. So I don't know, man. It's these teams that need to make pieces that are involved in super teams. They need these buyout guys because that's all they have money for.
Yes, yeah.
So
Blake.
Yeah.
It's how you do it. That's how you add the thing that takes you over the top.
Blake with
is
his
you
first
get a guy
dunk
who
the other day.
I know, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
You think he was sandbagging everybody in Detroit?
Yeah. He was
Dude,
like,
that's so funny.
Yeah.
He kind of had like a little bit of a guilty smile after he threw it down too.
Dude,
like I got all of you.
That's what I was gonna say. Is I was laughing when you were saying Gordon could get a little fat. I mean, how petty is this trade? Like demand trade thing gonna get? I think it's gonna get worse. Like it's gonna get
AD
real
with
bad.
the "That's all, folks" shirt.
Like
James Harden
shows up fat.
Yeah, like these guys are so petty.
It's gonna get so much
It's
worse.
actually really funny.
Yeah, I
for
love
being
it.
honest. It's really funny.
He's going to the strip club when he says he's sick.
It's a pandemic. He's got like a
So
$7,000 bag.
Yeah.
What's going on? What is happening right
Bro,
now?
we practiced today.
Yeah, he put on 60 pounds in 2 months. What is
Steven
going
Stylus
on?
doesn't sleep at night.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. It's hilarious. Yeah, I actually agree. That's why the NBA is so entertaining.
Yeah,
dude. It's because it's such a player league that it's so entertaining. It's not about the Patriots, the brand. No, it's about the
Belichick,
guy.
yeah.
It's about the guy who scores 40 points every night.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And
dude.
if you guys suck, get me out of here.
Well, it's like basketball players play both sides of the ball.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like a football player, there's probably two facets of the game that he can't help you on. If he's an offensive player,
plays
he can't help
one
you
part
on
of the
defense,
game.
he
Yeah,
can't help you
totally.
on special teams. Right, exactly. Whereas like a basketball player, dude, I'm gonna go dominate this whole game beginning to end.
entire game.
Therefore, what
I'll
I
guard
say,
your best player.
what
He'll
I
guard
say
me.
goes.
Yeah.
Period. Whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And if you don't want it, I'm out of here.
Yeah, exactly. Or I'm gone. Yeah, exactly.
Totally. That's
Cool.
so funny.
So earlier you had brought up Devontae Graham, and I want to talk a little bit about
So time out.
Charlotte.
I
Yeah,
wanna
Charlotte.
talk
What's going on
I
now?
want to talk Charlotte real quick. So LaMelo obviously fractures wrist out for the year. Talked about it earlier. What are they in the conference standings now? Like what? They're like probably like 6 or
somewhere
something.
in there.
So
Yeah, I'll tell you right now.
yeah. So I don't know, man. What's up with these guys? I mean, what's up with these Charlotte Hornets guys? I mean,
They're 8th right now at 20 and 21. But again, this is that weird Eastern
who
Conference.
takes that spot?
This is that weird Eastern Conference where, listen to this, man. The 4th seed is 22 and 20. The 5th seed is 22 and 21. The 6th seed is 21 and 21. The 7th seed is 21 and 22. The 8th seed is 20 and 21. The 9th seed is 19 and 22. The 10th seed is 19 and 22. So right there, between 4 and 10, these teams are 3 games apart.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Can Charlotte stay afloat? Monk has been awesome.
No. The reason they're 8, man, is because of Melo. Don't pretend like you don't know that.
Let me give you. Let me
Stop.
Let me
Just
defend
stop,
my
dude.
Charlotte
Just
Hornets
stop.
point.
Stop.
Let me defend my Charlotte Hornets point.
Okay.
So, Terry Rozier.
This is embarrassing.
Hear me out. So Terry Rozier, Devontae Graham, who needs the ball in his hands at all times, right? He's, give him the ball, right?
Yeah.
So he's going to be the one with the ball in his. They won a lot of games last year, man. Devontae Graham was like one of the most improved finalists. Like, did he win it? Did he
Most
win?
improved last year?
Yeah, I thought he won it last year.
Oh,
he
was
was a
it Bam?
finalist. Might have been Bam, but I don't know. He was a finalist. Like Devontae Graham was awesome last year, bro. Rozier's been nice.
It was BI last year.
Oh, okay. But Gordon Hayward do anything
Is
for you?
playing awesome
Yeah,
this
Gordon
year, dude.
Hayward, Terry Rozier, and Devontae Graham. Can they
They're
stay
playing
in
awesome.
the 10?
Miles Bridges, PJ Washington,
Yeah, can they
Malik
stay top
Monk.
10?
Those guys are balling.
Just stay in the top 10.
No.
Damn,
Yes,
man,
I'm with you on
tough.
everything.
That's
other than
tough.
It's because it
Borrego's a sick coach.
comes down to impact, dude. You know that. It comes down to impact.
So they can't even go to the play-in.
Probably not. I think it's over.
Damn, man. That's
Like
tough.
I said, man, they're
All
sitting
right,
in
what's
this,
up then?
They're sitting in this weird Eastern Conference where 7 teams are within 3 games of each other.
All right, what's
That's
up?
pretty much an entire playoff bracket. There's 7 teams within
Yeah.
3 games of each other.
Then if we're giving up like that, tank. Let's
I
tank.
agree.
Let's tank.
But it's tough because you got to play these young guys. You can't tank when you got a bunch of 20-year-olds. Like, I need Bridges and Washington.
Yeah.
These guys need to be on the floor together playing NBA basketball against other NBA basketball players. That's how you got to develop.
Yeah,
like,
but if we tank,
it's
we
tough.
tank this
Then you
second
can
half
get
of the
another
season.
one,
We get like
another
Jalen Green
young-
or
young
something. Oh
core
my
guy,
god,
Kuminga.
Yeah,
You get like
oh
some
my
sort of
God.
other young core
yeah.
guy, and now you have 5 of them
Yeah.
to go for, or 4, whatever that would be.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, you're
man.
right. I agree.
I
It's
don't
tough.
know. It's
tough.
Yeah, it's a super.
They got to
tough.
see how it plays out. Maybe they do win some games.
That's
man.
what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
I think that.
I don't think you give up yet. Don't give up yet.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I think. So my starting 5 here. I mean, they have no big.
But
That's,
watch, you're not going to give up yet. You're going to win a bunch of games, and you're going to get like a 12 seed, and you're going to be like, oh, should have tanked.
Yeah, bro, totally. Just to get swept by Brooklyn in the
Yeah,
first
exactly.
round.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not worth it. But
Again, it's small market. It's so hard. They got to nail everything. Every trade, every draft, everything, man. They just got to nail it all.
they
It's
got
tough.
one. They got a big piece.
Dude, they got he's so good, man. I'm so sorry for all the bad mouthing
So,
I did to
you
LaMelo, man. He's
remember-
awesome.
Remember when we were we've talked about this probably 3 or 4 times on the podcast, but remember all that crazy Australia stuff?
Yeah, oh yeah.
So
He's shooting 60-footers and
it's
playing
just-
no
It's
defense.
all about respect for the teammates.
And the game of basketball.
Totally. And he was like,
he had
dude,
never displayed it before.
yeah, I'm
though.
in Australia with who? Like, with what? What is
guys
this?
Like,
yeah.
like, ball.
Yeah,
LaMelo's
yeah,
like, shut up.
No way. No way.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
out of your
not-
mind. I'm
I'm-
pulling this from 45 feet.
Yeah, with 2 guys
Yeah,
draped all
stop.
over
Yeah,
me.
we're down 30. I don't care. Get me out of here.
He's trying, dude. They would be double teaming him in the backcourt. He'd be trying to break the trap
Yeah,
by
yeah,
himself.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
guys are just like,
yeah.
no, put your arms down. I'm not passing it to you.
Yeah, man. I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
This LaMelo thing, that hurts.
It
He's-
was
he's
hard
awesome.
to judge him because we had never seen him against real competition. This is what happens when
Yeah.
you play like in these weird leagues
Totally.
that your dad created and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
totally.
It doesn't make. That's hard. And then he gets to the NBA, and yeah, he should be like demanding an apology from all of us idiots who thought we knew what we were talking about. He's
Yeah.
like, I heard all of it, and you all badmouthed
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
And I'm absolutely eating up
Yeah,
all
yeah,
these
yeah.
NBA
We're
veterans.
in the playoffs right now.
As soon as he started starting, dude, because
was
he
over,
sat
yeah.
for like the first half of the season. As soon as he started starting, he's 20 a game, and
Yeah.
they're winning games. He's on highlight reels every night. You're like,
Yeah. He's dunking.
oops,
He's throwing
yeah,
lobs,
he's
you're
hitting
like,
threes. You're like, oh my
yeah.
god, he's already better than his brother. You're like, oh god,
Yeah, that's so
Yeah.
that's so tough. LaMelo's a massive problem, but
he's awesome.
yeah, they're fun to watch, man. So
yeah. So just last thing I want to say. So about Devontae Graham again. Jake Fisher from Bleacher Report. Like I said, he's been
Jake
doing
Fisher
awesome
on
work.
fire.
Shout out Jake Fisher. He's been doing awesome work. He said Pacers and Knicks. He's an insider, so we're not analysts.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, we're not reporters.
Yeah.
We're analysts. I'm giving you my opinion on
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
totally.
I'm not a reporter. I don't have inside connection. I don't have sources
Yeah, right.
to the Bulls front office, and they're
Right,
like,
right.
hey, they're gonna offer.
I'm
I
just
don't
telling you
know.
what I'm hearing.
I'm just telling you what
Yeah.
I'm hearing and my opinion on it. 'Cause
Totally.
I've been basketball my whole life and broadcasting my whole life.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all I'm telling you.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not the guy who's connected
not
to
Woj.
Woj.
Yeah.
Yeah. So chill in the YouTube comments.
yeah.
God, man.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, he said, Jake Fisher from Bleacher Report said Pacers and Knicks are the 2 teams to watch out for in trade talks for Devontae Graham.
Which is probably what they need to do. They probably are going to have to end up moving him because it's just the right decision. You probably have too many guards there
he's gonna
with
get
Rozier and like
Yeah,
he's
you're not
worth that.
paying
Yeah,
him.
you already
Yeah.
paid Rozier.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's like
right.
totally.
The Pistons. This one blew my mind earlier.
Yeah.
Detroit gets multiple offers for Jeremy Grant with multiple first-round picks attached, and they say no.
Yeah,
That's wild, isn't it?
Yeah.
First of all, we've been making fun of Jeremy Grant for the last year anyway. We're like,
Yeah.
why is this guy averaging 26
It's
a
so
game?
weird. I mean, not that he can't hoop. He's obviously
He's
been
awesome, but like,
unbelievable, yeah, for
we're just
Detroit.
like, it's weird.
Yeah.
It's not like he's a rookie. I've been watching the guy. He's not that
yeah,
good.
I've been watching him for 8 years.
And
He's
now all
been
of a
playing in
sudden
an OKC off the
25
bench.
a game.
It's
Yeah.
so strange.
It's just weird. That being said, he has been playing awesome. I thought it was weird that they offered him so much money to begin with.
Yeah.
He took it. The whole Jeremy Grant thing has been weird the whole time.
Yeah, they still suck as a team, but I mean, hey, get your 25 points.
Yeah,
again.
I'm
That's
not mad at it.
awesome.
Get your bread, too.
Yeah,
He's making
awesome.
guap,
yeah,
dude.
yeah. Jeremy
Um,
Grant's sick.
But that being said, yeah, dude, they are. So let's see who reported this. The Athletic. earlier today. They say they've received offers with multiple firsts attached, and they said no. That's weird.
Yeah,
so he's your guy, huh? It's gonna bring you to the title. Jeremy Grant is your Michael Jordan, huh?
Yeah.
That's your ace in the hole.
Yeah, LeBron sleeping with one eye open, worried about Jeremy Grant.
Yeah, LeBron checks under his bed for Jeremy Grant at night.
Yeah.
That's so weird. Whatever, dude. I'm offering you multiple firsts.
Yeah, take it, please.
This is so weird. The whole Jeremy Grant thing is weird.
Right,
He's awesome.
Well, no one trade with the Pistons. They obviously have no idea what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly. It's just so
leave
bizarre.
them be over there.
Yeah, man, they're a dumpster fire. I don't know what they're gonna do. They're in trouble too.
Yeah, Killian Hayes has been out, so I don't know, man. The Pistons got a lot of work to do. I mean,
Yeah, it's not even worth getting into.
Yeah.
They said no for 2 picks to Jeremy Grant. Fine, you can have them.
Yeah, just stay over there.
Just keep them, man. And yeah. You guys stay over there with your Jeremy Grant and your
just
massive
do your thing.
contract.
Yeah. Very
whatever.
strange. Very
Yeah.
strange.
Okay, cool. So another cool one that we are both very pro Jared Allen on this show.
Oh yeah, Jared Allen's awesome.
So Cleveland.com writer Chris Fedor reported today that the Cavs are expected to offer Jared Allen upwards of $100 million extension. He deserves that.
Yeah,
He's
definitely.
an anchor player.
Yeah,
He's literally your anchor.
Yeah, he's definitely a max guy too. Like someone that probably he's
You get him
probably
to
going to
take
be
a
a max
haircut.
guy.
You
Yeah,
get him to
yeah,
take a haircut. He's like Oladipo. You get him to $21 million. Or
Yeah, I'm
something
cool
like
with that. I'll
Yeah,
sleep
it's
in there with
awesome.
that.
That's a great
He
deal.
plays great D.
Yeah, dude, he's an anchor.
Yeah.
He's gonna win Defensive Player of the Year in his career. He'll have at least a couple.
I
of
want to
those.
see him get a couple post moves or maybe
Better
develop a
offensive
jumper.
game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
yeah.
That would be sweet.
But dude, he's like one of the. Remember that report was like the only player in NBA history to block LeBron, Durant, Blake,
And
was
like
a handful
Giannis,
of-
yeah.
Yes, and it was
yeah.
it was my dog.
Yeah, just go through
It's that
every
dog, Jared Allen.
top dunker. Jared Allen has probably rejected their
Jared Allen's awesome, dude. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar used to do movies with Bruce Lee, like kung fu movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's
With
the
the fro.
exact vibe I get from Jared Allen.
Yeah.
He used to wear the kung fu headband
yeah.
when they used to allow the kung fu headband a couple years ago. I was like, oh, awesome. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if am I making this up? He might do like martial arts, or I'm literally just conflating him with Kareem.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I don't know, man. I would love to see him.
Jared Allen. Yeah, he does martial arts. That's what I thought. I knew there was a reason why I was connecting with Kareem, other than the fact that
Yeah, Jared Allen, 7 feet tall, will block your shot and also front kick you right in the face.
Yeah, exactly. Jared Allen's the man. But yeah, that's cool, man. So Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com says they're gonna give him upwards of $100 million. That's awesome, man. He
Yeah.
deserves it. Any other interesting trades? Oh yeah, the Kings offered Marvin Bagley for Sadiq Bey.
Yeah, I'm still on the stay over there with that.
That does nothing for you?
Yeah, stay. I'll offer you Marvin Bagley and probably a first for Sadiq Bey. I'm probably not a first.
I think they offered it straight up, didn't they?
Yeah, Marvin Bagley for Sadiq Bey,
And they
they're
said
just
no.
Like, no.
All right.
Yeah,
I always thought that was
stay over
weird.
there.
All right, fine. Marvin, who's better?
Marvin Bagley.
Yeah, and he's got a way higher
Well,
ceiling.
I don't know.
He's got a
Sadiq
higher
Bey's been
ceiling.
Awesome.
Sadiq Bey's better right now, I feel like. 'Cause
Yeah.
he's on the floor and he's playing
Yeah,
well.
Bagley went to Duke and he's like a
got a
top 3
higher
pick.
ceiling. Yeah, for sure.
Sadiq Bey's sick though. He went to
He's
Nova.
awesome,
Yeah.
dude. He's awesome.
Yeah. Dude, he went to Villanova and I was watching his highlights. You're like, oh,
But
dude, this
again,
guy's gonna be awesome.
we were
for
just
like
talking about
10
how
years.
like you were like, don't deal with the Pistons. They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you're kind of right.
Yeah.
Or you deal with them because you're like, we could probably fleece these guys.
Dude, they flipped Drummond for a second.
Uh-huh.
They started this whole buyout trend of Drummond being worth nothing.
Yes.
Like, why did you
yes.
start this? You could have just gotten a couple firsts. You know? I don't know, man.
The Pistons, it's tough. The Pistons GM is Troy Weaver. So, hey, Troy Weaver.
Wake up, dog.
What does,
Like, it's
what does
time to
LeBron
make
say?
some moves.
What does LeBron always say to that reporter?
Be better
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Be better tomorrow. So funny.
Yeah.
All right, dude. Yeah, that's pretty much most of the trade. Let me see if there's any more trending stuff or anything that broke since we've been recording here. It doesn't look like it. It looks like that's mainly the big stuff. I'm sure by the time this episode comes out in the morning,
Someone will make a trade.
yeah, it'll be huge. This will all be irrelevant, so whatever. Last thing I want to talk about a little bit was NCAA. You got any awesome, you got any interesting takes or any cool things
Dude,
you've noticed?
so we're an NBA show.
Yeah, that's why we didn't really talk about March
Right.
Madness.
So I understand I'm not going to get into the whole NCAA thing. I do want to talk about Cade Cunningham because he's the projected number 1 pick. And, I mean, for me, it was kind of like, dude, I wanted to kind of scout him a little bit. And first of all, before we start any of this, Cade Cunningham's jumper is water.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful jumper.
And he's like 6'7". He's
so
like a point forward.
He's 6'8", and he plays point guard, obviously, right? But
yeah.
I don't think he's that good of a facilitator. I think he's a 6'8" shooter.
I was just gonna say, you move him to the 2. PG is 6'9". He's played a lot of the 2 in his career.
that's what he is.
Paul George is a 2-3.
So the thing that I always worried about with Cade Cunningham, and what I watched last night, is a big problem of his is he can't like get to his spots. You know, someone like KD or Melo or the elite scorers that we see in the NBA are always able to, if they get to their spots, it's over. Kawhi, you know? And I just feel like Cade just last night just wasn't able to get to his spots. And it's super interesting. He's an elite defender. He's an unbelievable defender. He's lacking up these scrubby guards from Oregon State. So, I don't know, man. He's a great shooter, though. And I think he's going to be like a legitimate problem. And, you know, people are saying, he didn't play that good. They lost.
Whatever, dude.
Yeah,
Size and IQ
man.
alone makes him a
Shut
first.
up,
it
man,
makes him
because
a
it's
number
like,
one
dude,
pick.
he's got all these scrubs around him. And they're throwing triple teams at him and stuff. It's like, dude, what do you want this guy to do? He's playing with kids from Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
You're like, he's not that good. You're out of your mind, man. He's bona fide number 1 pick. Without hesitation.
No question.
Yeah, I think he's going to be awesome because, I mean, where could he go? Where would he be sick?
Houston.
Minnesota?
Houston.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't like Minnesota? You don't like Minnesota?
The H-Town jerseys?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Come on.
Yeah, with the fro.
How is Minnesota gonna make that work?
I don't know. I think it's time to move Russell.
So then you're just gonna rock. So you're gonna rock Cade at the 1 and
Edwards and
at
Towns.
the 2. Okay, that could work. I could mess with that. That'd be cool.
But I think you can move D'Lo and get something in return for him.
Absolutely, you get a wing.
Yeah.
And there you go.
Yeah.
What's
You
up
like
with
that?
Cam Reddish? Go. Give me Cam Reddish and John Collins on.
Dude, they
Sign and trade Collins for D'Lo.
Yeah.
Then you have Actually, yeah, that could work kind of cool. Cade, Ant, some wing, Collins, and Cat.
Yeah, team's
Do you like
sick,
that?
bro.
Do you like?
That team's sick. That
Yeah,
team's
that's
probably
cool.
straight up a playoff team.
Yeah, that's a cool team.
I don't know, man. This Cunningham thing is gonna be interesting to see where he falls, but I don't know, man. I'll probably just keep it short at that. I think he's got a great jumper. He's gonna be a great player in the league. He's 6'8". I can't wait, bro.
Yeah, dude.
I'm super excited for this draft class, man. Because
this tournament has been so fun watching some of these guys that are clearly prospects.
No,
there's
but
times
not
when
even-
I'll text you or you'll text me and you'll be like, dude, look at this kid from
Yeah.
wherever.
Yeah.
The other day, dude, we were fanboying over David McCormick.
Oh,
We're like, look at this guy, man.
bro. Oh
He's
my god.
awesome.
He's parking on the block, bro. He's making passes.
He's got drop steps
yeah,
and
dream
pump
shakes and
fakes
oh
and
my
fake
god.
passes. Yeah,
all
he's-
the shakes and fakes and
Yeah,
all
dude,
that.
he's
bro.
awesome. Man. I've loved watching like some of these prospects, man, and even the guys who, dude, how about Buddy Boeheim?
Oh my god. Yeah.
Or how about the Groves brothers?
Yeah. Oh, dude, he's like
57
Bill Walton.
57
Yeah.
points
He's got,
between
like,
the two
dream
brothers.
Shakes. Yeah.
Awesome. It's been really fun because, like you said, we're an NBA show. I've been focusing on the NBA. I know a lot of people have been focusing on the tournament. I've been watching the NBA, man. I've been watching the tournament games when I can, but I've been watching the NBA. I like watching the tournament games. They're fun. They're really interesting. I watch them for the NBA players.
Yeah,
I watch them because I want to see who's the NBA players. This year I didn't fill out a bracket and I made no bets. So I have like no dog in the fight. I don't care about the teams. And the
Cade cost me
games.
$183,
That's
but
tough.
it's
That's tough.
totally cool.
I just care about watching it for the prospects, man. I'm an NBA guy, so
yeah, no, I agree. That's what I was doing too. I've been watching and just trying to see.
it's been wild. How weird has it been? It's been so hard to predict.
Yeah,
It's like been so weird, just like the bubble.
Totally.
We were like, why are these teams and these random players scoring 40 like this?
Yeah.
It's been so hard to predict. There's been so many upsets. Do you think it's whatever made the bubble in the NBA so weird and unpredictable with TJ Warren averaging 50
Right.
or whatever? Is it the same thing, do you think? Whatever that phenomenon is it the same thing?
I don't know. I think it's just a combination of there being March Madness, and March Madness is crazy every year. You know?
but have there ever been this many upsets?
I don't
early
think so.
upsets.
Yeah,
I don't think
think so.
historically it's like
Dude, another
unprecedented.
2 seed went down today. Iowa went down. So it's like, dude, all these teams keep
What is
going down.
happening?
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah.
Whoever-
They lost to, so hear me out though. So they lost to Oregon today, and Oregon, I guess their first round game, they didn't even play it first
Right,
round
yeah, they got the
because
pass
VCU,
because of the
So it's like they're just playing
coronavirus.
their first game now. They've had fresh legs,
Uh-huh.
and Iowa's coming off a battle like 2 days
Yeah,
ago.
yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
oh, that's so tough. The NCAA sucks. Bro.
What's up with Luka Garza?
He's out. He's done.
I know. What
Oh.
I'm talking about from the NBA perspective.
I don't know, man. I think. See, I looked it up. I was looking up I've been looking up mock drafts all weekend because I'm like,
Same.
dude, where is this kid falling?
Same, yeah.
So, but they have him as a second round pick, and I was asking my buddy who's a diehard Iowa fan. He's like, dude, he plays no post D.
Yes,
He doesn't
terrible
play
defender.
post D, but I mean, he could stretch the floor. He hit 36
I
tonight.
know.
So, I don't know, man. I will say I love watching the reemergence of the big. That's so cool.
I
to me.
agree, man. I agree.
Like the way watching these college teams play.
guys.
Yeah.
Well, even some of the NBA guys, where you're like,
Well, it's a different game, man, because we've talked about the Daryl Morey thing
Oh, yeah,
all the
yeah,
time
yeah,
about
yeah.
the 3-pointers.
it's
but
totally
it's
a
like,
different game.
Totally,
It's
but it's
college game is very much like the WNBA game.
Yeah, but it's like
very
they can't,
similar.
They can't shoot as well as the guys
Right,
in the NBA.
yeah.
All those guys are elite.
It's
snipers.
like we played
Totally.
in AAU when we were kids, or for the travel team when you were 10. It's like you feed the block, the big guy.
Yeah, let him do his
Yes,
thing, and
that's
he'll
how
kick it out.
It's so weird.
Yeah,
dude.
it's
and you
strange.
guys will go 1 for 9 from out there.
Yeah, guys don't run to the corner.
It is
They
weird.
take the layup. Like
I mean,
it's,
dude,
it's,
you and me are NBA guys.
Totally.
So I love college basketball. I always have. But
Yeah.
like
the
man,
basketball purist in you.
when you go
is
back
sick.
and watch it, you're like, wow.
Yeah.
It's so different. The game is so different. It's such a different game. I watch so much NBA. We've talked about this before when you're like, you realize how much better these guys are, right?
Yeah,
When-
like there's
the
no
one day when you were
crowd.
like, I watch these NBA guys every night. You're not going to tell me
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
not
yeah.
a million times
Yeah,
better.
bro. It's like the only reason I would really watch college basketball is for the crowd, and now it's like there's no crowd, so am I just picking the worst basketball product
Yeah,
to watch
yeah.
for no reason?
Exactly. It's weird.
But anyways,
All right,
that's-
cool. So, dude, the next show comes out Friday. It's going to be the day after the
Yeah, so next show we will have a bunch of trade deadline stuff for you, new
we'll
updates.
break all down
yeah.
what happened. Because obviously, like I said, today we don't know. We're predicting, we're
Yeah.
guessing, we're throwing out
Totally.
cool trades.
Yeah,
But yeah, man, anything else?
I'm good.
All right, cool. So as always, guys, like I said earlier at the top of the show, merch is available on our website, thestepbackpod.com. Make sure you guys are following along on social media. We're going to be starting to do giveaways, stuff like that. Stepback Pod on Twitter, Stepback Podcast on Instagram. Where can they find you? What's your handle?
At I am Pat Cibulka, Twitter and Instagram.
Same, yeah. I am Kyle Coleman on Twitter and Instagram. And then, like I said, man, if you guys want to get involved, tweet at us. Let us know. We're willing to have you guys call in.
Yeah,
We
we'll
can
have
run you
people
guys
on.
through the
like,
soundboard.
Totally. Yeah.
I can run your guys' phone call through the soundboard where you guys can run in, where you guys can call in. You know, whatever. But you guys got to follow. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you're following. Make sure you, like I said, man, we need you guys' help to spread this thing. Tell your friends. So let us know. Otherwise, cool. You got anything else?
That's it.
Cool. We're out.
Peace.